Okay, students. So this is part two of your lesson, breathing and exchange of gases, right? Okay. And in a previous class, we have read about the different types of respiratory systems which are present in the lower group of organisms like lower invertebrates, higher invertebrates, and vertebrates. Okay. So they have there we have found how as the organisms comes in the higher group of in the evolution, then the respiratory organ changes. Okay, and we can see that in more in the organism which is most developed, as if we see, we cannot say any organism as most developed, means if we keep them or keep the organisms in the different categories, and if we see the categories, the topmost category of organism, that is mammals, if we see there, then the main respiratory organ which is present is lungs. Okay, and in our previous class we have learned about the respiratory system in human beings. So there we have seen what are the different organs which are lined one after the other, which forms the human respiratory system. Okay, so just go on saying one by one. What will be the you have to say all the respiratory organs in a line starting from external nostrils. Okay, so now the answer will be followed by you. Yes, you will speak and the answer will be completed. Let it be one by one. Okay, so yes, what should first is first is the external nostrils. Now what will be the next organ which is connected to external nostrils? Yes,
Nasal passage.
नेसल पैसेज, राइट. अब जिसने नेसल पैसेज बोला है उसके बाद कोई दूसरा बच्चा बोलेगा यस. नाउ एक्सटर्नल नॉस्ट्रल्स के बाद नेसल पैसेज या नेसल चैम्बर. Next student,
Pharynx.
pharynx. Okay, so the pharynx may be known as the nasopharynx, right? Okay, so pharynx. Then yes, next.
Trachea.
Yes, pharynx के बाद क्या बताया?
Trachea.
Trachea.
हाँ?
Trachea.
Trachea.
Trachea. Okay, right. Trachea. Trachea is followed by trachea. What is the upper part of trachea known as? The upper part of trachea.
Epiglottis.
No, no, no.
Epiglottis.
No. You are confused
Larynx.
there. Larynx. Very nice. Okay. Trachea is the tube. The upper part of tube is known as larynx, which is the voice box. The whole is trachea, but the upper part of trachea is known as larynx. ठीक है, जो कि voice production में help करता है. The hole or the place from where the air goes in, that hole is known as glottis. That opening is known as glottis. ठीक है, and it is covered when we eat food, when the food goes in esophagus, then it gets covered by a flap like structure, and that flap like structure is your epiglottis. ठीक है, so अच्छा हम कहाँ थे? हम थे फेरिंग्स पे, देन हमने लेरिंग्स पढ़ लिया, देन ट्रैकिया, देन यस आफ्टर ट्रैकिया
Bronchus.
bronchus. Very nice. Then the bronchus will divide into two
Bronchus.
branches, okay, which are known as bronchi, right? Now yes, the bronchi will enter the right and left lungs respectively. Okay, and the bronchioles get divided many times, okay, to form primary bronchioles, secondary bronchioles, tertiary bronchioles, and the whole, it will occupy the whole area which is present in the lungs में जो भी area present है उसको वो पूरा क्या कर लेगा? ऑक्यूपाई कर लेगा. ठीक है, ओके. देन what is the extreme extension of bronchioles known as? जो सबसे alveoli. Yes.
Alveoli.
Okay, right. Okay, so the extreme end of bronchioles will end up into grape-like bunches of grapes, which are known as alveoli. And the alveoli are very thin membrane balloon-like structures, okay, which can easily facilitate the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide across its surface, right? Okay, and they are richly supplied with blood vessels, right? Okay, So there are many alveoli, millions of alveoli which covers the entire surface of lungs. Okay, and they are richly supplied with blood vessels. Some of the blood capillaries takes oxygen, okay, from bronchioles, from the last bronchioles, and some of the capillaries, they distribute carbon dioxide inside the vacuoles, and this all exchange takes place through the surface of alveoli, which is very thin. So this was the topic that we have learned during the in the last class. Okay, and now we'll come to the structure of lungs. So the we have two lungs, one on right side and another on left side. Okay, so if I draw like this, so I have told you that the upper part, it is slightly this shape, okay, and it goes like this. It's a broader area and it tapers as we go down. It is like this, somewhat like this. Okay, so we have two lungs, one on the right side, this will be your right lung, and this will be your left lung. ठीक है? Okay, now each of the lung, they are covered by pleura. Pleura is the cover of lungs, and pleura refers to a membrane. Okay, a membrane cover of lungs, and it surrounds the lungs, it covers the lungs on from the outside. ठीक है, ये outside से इसको cover करती है. So suppose I draw it on this side. Now the pleura is a double membrane covering. ठीक है, प्लूरा में दो मेम्ब्रेन्स होती है, वन इज ऑन द आउटर साइड एंड जो सेकेंड है उसको मैं ड्रॉ कर रही हूँ येलो से, राइट? ओके, so this is the outer pleura membrane, this is the outer pleura membrane, and this one is the inner pleura membrane. Okay, now between the outer and the inner pleura membrane, what is present? A fluid is present. I make it with pink color. Okay, so a fluid is present between the outer and the inner pleura membrane, and this is known as the pleural fluid. Okay, a fluid is present, which is pleural fluid, which is present between the outer and the inner pleural membrane. Okay, now what is its work? Ye hai andar wali, right, and this is the outer. Okay, and this pleural fluid, it helps to reduce the friction. Okay, now how is friction caused? Friction is caused when the lungs come above and goes back to the original position. Okay, so we'll see how the friction is caused by some more we'll see some more structures in this place, so that we can understand how the friction is caused. Okay, now the lungs, as I've told you, the lungs are present in a cavity, and that cavity is known as, us cavity ko kya kahenge? The cavity is known as rib cage, cavity. And what is the other name? The other name is chest cavity. ठीक है, so the other name is chest cavity, right? Okay, so this the two lungs, one on which is on the right side and another which is on the left side, both of them are covered with a pleural membrane, and they are present in a cavity which is known as rib cage cavity or the chest cavity. ठीक है, okay, अब क्या है, ये जो rib cage cavity है, this rib cage cavity is supported by presence of pair of many ribs. ओके, बहुत सारी रिब्स प्रेजेंट होती, हम बोन्स और स्केलेटन वाला एक चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे. ओके, थोड़ा लास्ट में है. There we'll see when we study about our skeletal system, so we'll read there the bones which are present in the ribs. So rib cage is actually a system of bones where a pairing of ribs is present. Okay, pair hoti hai, one on that side, one on this side, so many pairs are present. Okay, some of the ribs are attached and the lower ribs, they are floating. Okay, वो attach नहीं होती है. So if I keep my fingers like this, okay, so suppose कि ये वाला आपका right side है, this is your left. आपको देखने में ऑपोजिट लगेगा, इन्वर्टेड इमेज दिखती है. ओके, सो दिस इज वन, दिस इज राइट एंड दिस वन इज लेफ्ट. ओके, सो सपोज दीज आर रिब्स. यहाँ पे भी कितनी 1 2 3 4 रिब्स हैं एंड ये फिफ्थ वाली रिब है. ओके, सो 4 पेयर ऑफ रिब्स हेयर. इफ दे आर अटैच्ड लाइक दिस, ठीक है, ये अटैच्ड रिब्स है. इसको मैं उल्टा कर देती हूँ ऐसे. सो दीज आर अटैच, और ये जो नीचे वाली रिब्स दिख रही है ना, दिस वन, इफ दिस इज नॉट अटैच, दिस इज नोन एज फ्लोटिंग रिब्स. ठीक है, तो इसी तरह से जो चेस्ट कैविटी होती है, देयर द अपर रिब्स दे आर अटैच्ड. वो क्या होती है, वो अटैच्ड होती है इस तरह से. जो नीचे वाली जो लोअर मोस्ट रिब होती है, that is what, that is floating. ठीक है, so that remains floating because that is not attached. So the rib cage is supported by ribs from all the side. Okay, साइड से भी रिब्स होती हैं, फ्रंट से भी रिब्स होती हैं एंड बैक से भी रिब्स होती हैं, बट दे आर अटैच्ड टू सर्टेन मोर बोन्स. ओके, सो दिस राइट एंड लेफ्ट, इसको मैंने ऐसे किया था. so this right and left pair of ribs, in between them, there in the, if we see in the front, हम अगर मैं front area की बात करूं, so here there is a central bone which is known as sternum. ठीक है, central bone है यहाँ पे. Here the trachea, along the trachea there is a bone. Okay, and this bone is known as sternum. What is this bone known as? It is known as sternum. Okay, and if you remember, during our the starting lessons, I have told you that our body is there are particular words for defining the right, for defining or for saying what is the front area of our body or a back area of a body. So if we see us, then front area of body is known as dash. हमारा जो front area है body का, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Yes, it is anterior is the uppermost area. अगर मैं इस तरह से कोई earthworm बनाऊं, ठीक है, तो अर्थवर्म में ये इस पोर्शन को हम एंटीरियर बोलेंगे, इस पोर्शन को हम पोस्टीरियर बोलेंगे. ठीक है, माय क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द फ्रंट एरिया ऑफ ह्यूमन बॉडी कॉल्ड एज? वेयर? यस, ventral. Very nice. Okay, so here on the front area, means most of the body organs, they are present on the front area, and this front area of human body is known as the ventral side. ठीक है, so you should remember that sternum is present on the stern आएगा यहाँ पे, sternum. Okay, so sternum is present on the front area near the trachea, so it supports the trachea. Okay, trachea तो नीचे collapse नहीं होती because of the C-shaped rings, but from outer side it has sternum. ठीक है, ओके, अब ये जो sternum है, sternum किससे connect होगी? Sternum will be connected, if I draw sternum here, okay, so sternum will be connected to ribs on both the sides because sternum is a bone. Okay, so it will be connected to ribs, the pair of ribs on both the side. This will be the right side and this will be the left side. ठीक है, so ये तो हो गया हमारा ventral side. Now we'll see the dorsal side. Dorsal side is our back side where our backbone is present. Okay, so on the back side or on the dorsal side, we can find another a system of many bones, which is known as the dash. Yes, a system of many bones which is present on the dorsal side of human body is known as, which supports the body or which makes us to stand.
Backbone.
No.
Vertebral.
Diaphragm is not a system of bones. As I
Vertebral column.
yes, it is vertebral column. Okay, so vertebral column. Actually, vertebral column is not a single bone, but it is a set of many bones. Many bones are fitted in it. ठीक है? So one bone, then on it another bone, then another bone, and many bones are lined one after the other. Okay? So बहुत सारी bones जो हैं वो एक दूसरे से attach होती हैं to make the entire vertebral column. ठीक है? तो ribs हमारी आगे से तो जुड़ी हुई है sternum से. ठीक है? which is the ventral side, and on the dorsal side it is attached to the vertebral column. ठीक है, अब बचा हमारा कि व्हाट इज ऑन लेटरल साइड, हमारे लेटरल साइड में क्या है, लेटरल साइड में कुछ नहीं है, जो रिप्स है वही घूमी हुई है, ठीक है। सो इफ आई से लंग्स, लंग्स हाउ लंग्स आर प्रोटेक्टेड, तो सबसे पहले तो लंग्स आर प्रोटेक्टेड बाय अ डबल मेम्ब्रेन प्लूरा, okay, and between the two outer and inner pleura, pleural fluid is present, which prevents the lungs from the mechanical this damage or breakage or friction, because they have a fluid in between the, so the fluid act as a shock absorber, ठीक है। Now from the lower side the lungs are protected by, the lungs are protected by a flap-like structure, which is a muscular flap-like structure, and it is known as diaphragm. Okay, so it is known as diaphragm. So it is present on the lower side. Okay, and so we have seen the ventral side. It has, the lungs are protected by sternum. Then on the lateral side, and the cover of lungs is your rib cage. Okay, and on the dorsal side lungs are protected by the vertebral column, and on the lower side what is present, a diaphragm is present, which divides the upper side with the lower side. So as I've told you in the previous class, the upper side will be known as, जो ऊपर की जो side है तो क्या कहेंगे, yes, it is known as the, it is known as the upper side of our body, where our lungs and heart,
Anterior.
lungs and heart is are present, is known as the rib cage cavity. क्या कहेंगे उसको, rib
Yes,
cage
ma'am. Rib
cavity.
cage.
Okay, and below diaphragm there is another space, okay, where the stomach is present, our intestine is
Pulmonary
present,
cavity.
that is known as, yes, you are right, so that is known as the abdominal cavity. So diaphragm acts as a wall which makes the partition between the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity. So now what happens when the lungs go outside and inside, or when they just contract and relax, at that time the outer pleura membrane, it is in contact with the ribs, okay, and the inner pleura membrane is in contact with the lungs, okay. So the outer pleura membrane go and attach towards the ribs, okay, and inner pleura membrane go and attaches with the lungs, okay. So in this way the friction is minimized, the friction is managed, okay, because of the fluid. So it helps in easy movement of the lungs inside the rib cage, ठीक है। तो इससे बहुत इजी मूवमेंट हो जाता है, रिब्स जो है, सॉरी, लंग्स दे मूव इन एंड आउट प्रॉपरली, ओके। ना यहाँ पे एक और चीज आपको पता होना चाहिए, देयर इज अ टर्म इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स, ओके। सो लेट अस सी व्हाट इज दैट इंटरकोस्टल muscles. Okay, intercostal muscles are the muscles which are present between the ribs and the diaphragm. ठीक है, ये जो डायफ्राम और लंग्स की अटैचमेंट होती है, अब अगर डायफ्राम अटैच ही नहीं है लंग्स से, या तो वो ऊपर नीचे कैसे होगा, ओके। सो देयर आर सर्टेन मसल्स बाय व्हिच द डायफ्राम इज अटैच्ड टू द रिब्स, and all the ribs are attached to each other, okay. So the ribs are attached to each other with the help of certain muscles which are known as the intercostal muscles, okay. So these intercostal muscles help in easy movement of the lungs, and of the ribs during the time of inspiration, inhalation और exhalation. जब हम inhale करते हैं या हम exhale करते हैं, उस टाइम पे हमारी ये जो intercostal muscles हैं ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करती हैं, रिलैक्स करती हैं, सो दैट देयर कैन बी easy movement of our ribs, and therefore the lungs can easily move inside the rib cage cavity. So the next topic that we are going to learn is the mechanism of breathing, okay. And here you have two diagrams in your book. आपके बुक में दो डायग्राम दिए हुए हैं. So let us study the mechanism of breathing, okay. mechanism of breathing explains the, or it's a process where we'll study what are the different changes which occur inside the lungs, which helps the lungs to contract and relax during the two processes, inspiration as well as the expiration. Okay, so under mechanism of breathing you will learn what are the changes which takes place in the rib cage cavity, which helps in easy intake of oxygen inside the body, which is known as inspiration or inhalation, and the expellation of carbon dioxide out of the body, which is known as expiration. Okay, here the CO2 goes out. Okay, and during inspiration or during inhalation, the other name of inspiration is what? Inhalation. Okay, and the other name of expiration is exhalation, right? Okay, so these are the two processes that we are going to understand here. Okay, now ये जो आपको एक चीज समझनी है कि जो मैंने रिब्स का शेप बताया है यहाँ पे, ये जो रिब्स का शेप इस तरफ, ये दिस शेप ऑफ रिब इज नो, सॉरी, the shape that I have drawn about diaphragm, this shape of diaphragm is known as the it is known as the dome shape diaphragm. ठीक है, ये dome shape का diaphragm है और ये इसका normal shape है, ये आपको याद रखना है. ठीक है, जब भी हमारी बॉडी रेस्ट में होगी उस टाइम पे जो नॉर्मल शेप डायफ्राम का होगा दैट विल बी डोम शेप. इसको हम ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि ये कैसी है, ये कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड शेप है, ये इसकी नॉर्मल शेप है. ठीक है ना. So let us see how the process of inspiration, what are the big changes which occur in the rib cage cavity during inspiration, that is inhalation. Okay, now this oxygen will come inside the lungs when there is a space inside the lungs. Okay, when the lungs already has certain gases inside it, then it will not provide a place to so that the oxygen should go inside it. Okay, so for oxygen to come inside, the partial pressure of oxygen inside our lung should be lesser as compared to outside. ठीक है, तो lungs का जो प्रेशर है ऑक्सीजन का, दैट शुड बी लेसर देन द ऑक्सीजन विच इज प्रेजेंट इन एयर. Okay, when the pressure of oxygen inside the lungs is lesser, then only the oxygen will diffuse from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration during the process of inhalation. ठीक है, so oxygen will rush from a higher concentration which is outside to inner side. Okay, so a certain space has to be maintained. Now we'll see how the space is maintained. No, and once you remember the changes which takes place during inhalation, the same changes will occur in expiration but in opposite direction. Okay, so you have to remember about inhalation, just उसका opposite आपको कहाँ पे लिखना है, उसको ऑपोजिट आपको एक्सपायरेशन में लिखना है या एक्सहेलेशन में लिखना है. राइट. ओके, सो इनहेलेशन में क्या होता है, द मेन वर्क इज टू इंक्रीज द स्पेस इनसाइड द लंग्स के अंदर स्पेस बढ़ाना, उसकी वॉल्यूम को बढ़ाना ताकि ऑक्सीजन अंदर आ जाए. ठीक है ना. तो उसके लिए क्या होता है, द डायफ्राम कम्स टू लोअर साइड. डायफ्राम कहाँ पे आ जाता है आपका, जो डायफ्राम है इट विल बी लोअर्ड डाउन. ये कहाँ पे आ जाएगा, इसको हम कर देते हैं, इट विल बी लोअर्ड डाउन. ठीक है. नाउ वंस इट गेट्स लोअर डाउन, रिब केज की जो कैविटी है उसमें स्पेस बढ़ जाती है. ठीक है ना. नाउ जो इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स हैं, दैट आई हैव टोल्ड यू अर्लियर, द मसल बिटवीन द विच अटैचेस द रिब्स टू द डायफ्राम एंड बिटवीन द रिब्स, दैट इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. ठीक है, इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगी, सो बिकॉज ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स, द rib cage will move towards outwards and upwards. ठीक है, rib cage कहां पे मूव करेगा, rib cage will move outward and upwards. ठीक है. ओके, so when the rib cage will move outward and upward, it will increase the area, it will relax the lungs, okay, and the lungs can have more area. So this increases the pulmonary volume. Okay, pulmonary volume refers to the volume और the space inside the lungs. ठीक है, lungs के अंदर जो pulmonary volume है वो बढ़ जाएगी, और जो रिब्स हैं, क्योंकि रिब्स बाहर की तरफ हो गए आ गई हैं, therefore the pulmonary volume has increased, and one more changes will take place. The thoracic volume has also increased. The thoracic volume has also increased. thoracic volume कैसे बढ़ी है? Because intercostal muscles जो है वो contract हो गई हैं, तो उससे thoracic जो thorax जो ribs हैं वो क्या हो गई? ribs ऊपर हो गई हैं और बाहर की तरफ हो गई हैं, तो उससे क्या है, जो lungs के inside की जो वॉल्यूम है वो बढ़ गई है. तो पहले आपका thoracic आएगा, इसको मैं इधर कर देती हूँ, ये यहाँ पे आना चाहिए, दिस शुड बी हियर. ठीक है ना? ओके, सो दीज आर द चेंजेस विच विल टेक प्लेस. ओके, एंड नाउ ड्यू टू दिस द प्रेशर इनसाइड द लंग्स, प्रेशर किसका? ऑक्सीजन का, विल बिकम लेस. ओके, and the volume of lungs is higher, therefore what happen, a change will occur and oxygen will move from a region of higher concentration, that is in air, to a region of lower concentration, that is lungs. Okay, and in this way the process of inhalation takes place. इस तरह से inhalation होगा. इसको मैं एक बार हैंड के हेल्प से आपको एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ. ये आपके रिब्स हैं, ठीक है ना? ओके, अब ये वाला आप अंगूठा को भूल जाओ, ये सपोज करो ये ऐसे है, ठीक है ना? ओके, अब इसमें क्या है कि मैं ये मानती हूँ कि ये जो हमारे लंग्स है इसकी नॉर्मल पोजीशन है. ठीक है, नॉर्मल पोजीशन है. इन लंग्स के बीच में जो इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स है ना, ये दोनों लंग्स के सॉरी दोनों रिब्स के बीच में, ये हमारे रिब्स की पोजीशन, लंग्स नहीं रिब्स की पोजीशन है. और इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स कहाँ प्रेजेंट है? ये इनके बीच में है, और जो डायफ्राम है हमारा उसके वहां पे प्रेजेंट है. ठीक है, तो जब इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगी तो उस टाइम पे क्या होगा, ये जो हमारे रिब्स की पोजीशन है, दे विल मूव आउटवर्ड, बाहर की तरफ, एंड अपवर्ड. ये याद रहेगा. ओके, द रिब्स विल मूव आउटवर्ड एंड अपवर्ड. ठीक है, तो इससे क्या हुआ, जो हमारी थोरैसिक वॉल्यूम है वो क्या हो गई है, वो इंक्रीज हो गई है. ठीक है, अब इसके अंदर मैंने क्या बताया था, लंग्स है, तो लंग्स भी बाहर की तरफ आ जाएंगे. ओके, फूल जाएंगे अंदर से, तो अंदर की वॉल्यूम क्या हो गई, बढ़ गई. ओके, द वॉल्यूम ऑफ लंग्स विच इज द पल्मोनरी वॉल्यूम हैज इंक्रीज, द थोरैसिक वॉल्यूम हैज ऑलरेडी इंक्रीज. ओके, सो दिस therefore the amount of oxygen inhalation के टाइम पे वैसे भी लेस होती है, तो उसका पार्शियल जो प्रेशर है ऑक्सीजन का लंग्स के अंदर वो क्या है, वेरी लेस. so therefore the oxygen will move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, and in this way the process of inhalation will take place. Okay, now let us see how the process of exhalation will take place. इसी का हमें क्या कर देना है, ऑपोजिट करना है. अब जो ऑक्सीजन अंदर आ गई है इनहेलेशन में, वो एल्वियोलाई के थ्रू डिफ्यूज हो जाएगी इन द कैपिलरी, एंड कैपिलरी विल टेक टू द होल बॉडी. कैपिलरी ज्वाइन होगी आर्टरीज से, और आर्टरीज जो है, पहले तो पल्मोनरी वेन एक्चुअली वहां से लेके जाएगी, वो भी हम इसके बाद पढ़ेंगे. सारी कैपिलरीज ज्वाइन होगी, यहाँ पे एक वेन बनाती है, पल्मोनरी वेन टेक्स द ब्लड टूवर्ड्स द हार्ट. ओके, एक्चुअली हमेशा आर्टरी कैरी करती है ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड, but there is one vein which carries oxygenated blood, and that is pulmonary vein. So it will collect the oxygenated blood from the lungs and it will distribute where, in the heart. Now when the heart pumps it, जब heart उसको pump करेगा, तो heart से निकलने के बाद जो ब्लड आएगा वो आ जाएगा ब्रांचेस ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट आर्टरी विच इज आयोटा. ठीक है, आयोटा सबसे लार्जेस्ट आर्टरी है, उसकी ब्रांचेस में ब्लड आ जाएगा विच इज आर्टरी, एंड आर्टरी विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट टू द होल सेल में ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड का प्रोसेस हुआ, वहां से CO2 निकला, CO2 वेन्स में आ गया, फिर हार्ट में आया, हार्ट ने उसको पंप किया लंग्स के पास. अब लंग्स में भी तो कुछ नेसेसरी चेंजेस होने चाहिए ताकि CO2 इज एक्सपेल्ड आउट. ठीक है ना, आपको किसी के बर्थडे के लिए प्रिपरेशन करनी है और वो अगर बच्चा क्लास में बैठा है तो आपको किसी तरह से उसको फोर्स करोगे ना, कुछ बहाने बनाओगे, कुछ करोगे क्योंकि वो बाहर निकल जाए। अगर वो बाहर निकल जाए तभी तभी तो आप क्लास को डेकोरेट कर पाओगे, या आपको अपने घर में अगर किसी का बर्थडे बनाना है तो उसको पहले बाहर निकालोगे, उसको घुमाओगे बाहर गार्डन में, ओके। और जब आपने घर में सारा चेंजेस कर लिया तब आप उसको एंटर करने के लिए दोगे। तो सेम इज द केस विद the inhalation and exhalation, okay, so necessary changes has to be done in the lungs, okay, so just opposite of inhalation will occur। अब ये जो डायफ्राम आपका लोअर साइड पे आ गया है, मैंने आपको बताया था कि ये जो डायफ्राम है दिस इज द नॉर्मल पोजीशन ऑफ डायफ्राम, ओके। सो ड्यूरिंग एक्सपायरेशन व्हाट विल हैपन, द डायफ्राम विल अगेन कम टू इट्स नॉर्मल पोजीशन, वो अगेन डोम शेप का हो जाएगा, ठीक है। सो द डायफ्राम विल मूव अपवर्ड इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, जब वो अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में होगा तो द इट विल पुश द रिब केज कैविटी, ओके। अब इससे क्या होगा, जो इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स हैं वो रिलैक्स हो जाएंगी, और जो आपका रिब था, रिब्स जो थे जो बाहर की तरफ और ऊपर की तरफ थे, व्हाट विल हैपन, दे विल come down, okay, so they will come towards the inner like this, okay। So during inhalation what has happened, during inhalation the ribs were like this, okay, they were outward and upward, but what will happen when the CO2 has to be pushed out, then what will happen, these will come in towards the inward and towards the downward, so just opposite of this will take place, okay। So here we can write like here the I have drawn here, I have written diaphragm will move towards the lower side, so what I have to write in the exhalation, now the diaphragm will move on the upward direction, or we can say that the diaphragm will come to its original position, okay। Then we are left with the ribs, since the intercostal muscles which is present between the ribs and which is from which the lungs from which the ribs are attached to the diaphragm, when they will relax, then because of that what will happen, the ribs will move, just we have to write its opposite on that side, okay। So the ribs will become inwards and opposite of upwards will be downwards, okay। So here we'll write and inwards and downwards, right, okay। So it will be inwards and downwards, yes, okay। And now this one, the thoracic volume, okay। So the thoracic, what happens to the thoracic volume, since the rib cage that I have told you, when the ribs will come to the come on the inner side, it will create a pressure, okay। The intercostal muscle they have relaxed, so they will come, the ribs have come to the original position, so what will happen, it will decrease the pulmonary volume, so what we will write, we'll write that it will decrease the pulmonary volume, so यहाँ पे ये वाला point आएगा, as I have told you that this will write first and after this we'll write that one, okay। So the pulmonary volume will decrease, and because the the thoracic volume, okay, it will be known as the thoracic volume, the thoracic volume will decrease, and as a result what will happen, the pulmonary volume will also decrease, so the pulmonary वॉल्यूम विल ऑल्सो गेट लोवर्ड, पल्मोनरी वॉल्यूम जो है वो भी नीचे आ जाएगी। सो व्हाट विल हैपन व्हेन in this diagram, when we see that the diaphragm has come to original position, the ribs has gone inside, the pulmonary volume becomes less, then it will create a pressure, it will create a pressure on CO2 lungs. When what will happen, when lungs will go inside it, it will create a pressure on CO2, and because of that the CO2 will rush out, okay। And when the CO2 is going outside, it means the pressure of CO2 in the environment should be lesser as compared to the amount of CO2 or the concentration of CO2 inside the lungs, okay। So how the concentration of CO2 has increased in the lungs, because CO2 has just now come from the body cells, body cells से वो अभी अभी आया है CO2 आया है, So lots of CO2 is present in the lungs, and hence the concentration of CO2 is higher inside the lungs as compared to the concentration of CO2 outside in the air. So as a result, what will happen? This will create pressure on CO2, and as a result, the CO2 will diffuse out in the air from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, which is the air. ठीक है? So in this way the process of exhalation will take place. Okay, so just you have to remember about the changes which take place in inhalation, and you have to write the opposite of inhalation there in the exhalation. So if for here you have written that inside the lungs the pressure of oxygen should be less as compared to the amount of oxygen in air. So what here you will write, the concentration of CO2 in the lungs should be greater than the air. This is air and this is what? This is lungs. So the concentration of CO2 inside the lungs should be higher as compared to the concentration or the amount of CO2 in the air. Therefore, the CO2 will rush out. Pressure has already been created by the lungs. Therefore, the CO2 will rush towards the outside, that is the air, and in this way the process of exhalation will take place. So whenever a question comes about about to explain the mechanism of breathing, then you have to explain both the process of inspiration or expiration, or inhalation or exhalation. Okay, student. So often the question is confusing. The students write the answers of question related to respiratory system in an opposite manner. Suppose the question comes that you have to suppose the question is explain the respiratory system. Okay, then you have to explain its, I mean, how the respiratory system is present, what are the different organs which are present in the respiratory system, and in a short you have to explain how it works. Okay, so if explain respiratory system aega, then you have to explain what are the organs which are present in the respiratory system, which are lined one after the other, so the whole respiratory system is made. ओके, सो वहां पे आपको एक्सटर्नल नॉस्ट्रल्स भी बताना है, नेसल पैसेज भी बताना है, ट्रैकिया, लंग्स, ब्रोंकाई, जो भी मैंने सारा आपको बताया, एल्वियोलाई, ये सारा आपको कंस्ट्रक्शन बताना है टू एक्सप्लेन द रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम। और शॉर्ट में आप केवल उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन लिख सकते हो, तो उसमें आप यही लिखोगे कि इनहेलेशन में ऑक्सीजन अंदर आती है और एक्सहेलेशन में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बाहर जाती है, और इनहेलेशन और एक्सहेलेशन के बीच में क्या होता है, देयर इज अ इवेंट व्हिच इज नोन एज ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड व्हिच टेक्स प्लेस वेयर इन द सेल्स, सेल्स के अंदर होता है। ठीक है ना, तो ये तो हुआ, you have to, when the question comes, when you have to explain the respiratory system. Now दूसरा क्वेश्चन आता है explain the mechanism of breathing। तो उसमें आपको ब्रीदिंग में मैंने आपको बताया दो मेजर इवेंट्स है, वन इज इनहेलेशन एंड अनदर वन इज एक्सहेलेशन। ठीक है, तो एट द टाइम ऑफ ब्रीदिंग you have to only explain what are the changes which undergo inside the rib cage, inside the lungs, because of which oxygen is taken inside from outside, and because of which the CO2 goes outside from lungs inside in the air. Okay, so in this way we can explain the mechanism of breathing, right students? So now let us move to the next topic, that is your page number 273. Okay, so for that I have to share a diagram. So there will be a diagram you can find on the screen, so you have to see the diagram, and this is on page number 270. There's a diagram, the name of the, this is figure 17.4, and in the new NCERT, as I've told you that certain new diagrams are updated in the new NCERT. So in the new NCERT, you will find a changed diagram. So we are going to study this diagram with the help of the changed diagram, and this diagram shows the sectional view of alveoli. Okay, so as I've told you that lungs are inside the lungs, million of grape-like structures are present, which are known as what? Which are known as the alveoli. So on the extensions of the bronchioles, you can find million of alveoli are present. So when we cut a alveoli, how it looks and what are the structures which are present inside the alveoli. So students, you will find a screen in front of you. So I think the screen is visible to you. Yes, students?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, blue screen is visible to you. Okay, so I cannot see I cannot see your comment box. So if you have any doubt, you can ask from here. So this is your lesson number 17, breathing and exchange of gases. Moving to the next slide. So this is all about human respiratory system. This all I have already explained you. Okay, as I've told you, this rib cage cavity. Let me take a marker. Okay, so as I've told you that the rib cage cavity has two types of organ. This one is your lungs and this one is your heart. Okay, so two types of big organs are present inside the rib cage, and this is heart and your lungs. Okay, this one is right lung and this one is your left lung. Rest I've already explained you. Yes. Okay. So this is the mechanism of breathing which we have just now read about it. Okay. So here, this is mechanism of breathing showing inspiration and expiration. So during inspiration, we have seen that the diaphragm, okay, the diaphragm gets contracted and the volume of thorax, जो thoracic cavity है, उसकी volume क्या बढ़ जाएगी? आपको दिख रहा होगा इस diagram में ये volume ज़्यादा है is in compared to the next diagram. ठीक है, expiration में आप देख सकते हो जो pink color का ये this volume is lesser, this has a lesser surface area as compared to the first one. यहाँ पे आपका inspiration में जो डार्क पिंक वाला एरिया है वो ज्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू द नेक्स्ट वन. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब कि यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम आपके इंस्पायरेशन में और इन द फर्स्ट डायग्राम द वॉल्यूम इज more because of which the air can enter inside. Air can enter in only in that place where the volume is larger. Okay, so this is provided by the changes which happen in the ribs and in the diaphragm. Okay, then in the inspiration, what you can see that the diaphragm has moved towards the dome shape. Okay, it has moved towards the upward side, which is its normal position, and this is dome shape. So when the diaphragm moves upward, then it creates a pressure inside the lungs. Okay, so this all we have read, and this is how the process of expiration takes place. Yes, this is the diagram that I was saying to you. Okay, now this arrow which goes inside, it is taking what? It is taking O2. ठीक है, ये क्या ले रहा है? ये arrow अंदर जा रहा है, इसका मतलब what gas is going inside the alveolar cavity, that is O2. Okay, and जो ये arrow बाहर जा रहा है, it means which gas is going outside the alveolar cavity, that is CO2, right? Okay. So this O2 is coming inside, and this is the entire space of the alveolar cavity. Alveoli are certain grape-like structure. There are million of grape-like structures which are present inside the lungs, and this is a single alveoli. ठीक है, तो इसके अंदर की जो ये cavity हुई, इसका नाम क्या हुआ? Alveolar cavity. Now इसमें ये एक जो आपको ग्रीन कलर का यहाँ पे आपको स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है, this you can see here, this one. Okay, the whole, this one. Okay, so this is the membrane by which the alveoli is enveloped, right? Okay, and if you see it's the shape of the cell, आप the cell के shape देख रहे होगे तो थोड़े से flat हैं. Okay, and these flat and elongated shapes, this is known as the squamous epithelium, as you have read in 9th class. ठीक है, so जो alveoli है, alveoli is bounded by a membrane of squamous epithelium cell, and if we see the thickness, it is one celled thick. एक cell thick होता है, मतलब एक ही layer है cell की. ठीक है, now we'll go to the next membrane. ये तो थी सबसे कौन सी membrane? The membrane which bounds the alveoli, which covers the alveoli. Next you can see जहाँ पे मेरा कर्सर जा रहा है रेड कलर का, now you can see this membrane, the second membrane. The second membrane is known as the endothelium. Okay, here this one here. ओके, एक्चुअली व्हाट इज देयर, आपको मैंने पहले ही बोला है कि जो दिस एल्वुलाई इज एनवेलप्ड बाय और इट इज बाउंडेड बाय मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ कैपिलरीज, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे ये जो आपको जा रहा है दिस वन, दिस इज अ कैपिलरी, ये ब्लड कैपिलरी है। इसमें जो ये राउंड राउंड स्ट्रक्चर्स आपको दिख रहे हैं, दीज आर द रेड ब्लड सेल्स। ओके, दिस इज ब्लड कैपिलरी, और ब्लड कैपिलरी जो होती है इट इज वेरी वेरी थिन थिन एंड इट इज ओनली वन सेल्ड थिक। ओके, इसका मतलब कि जो ब्लड कैपिलरी होती है उसकी थिकनेस केवल एक लाइन की, एक लाइन ऑफ सेल की होती है। दोनों तरफ एक लाइन ऑफ वन लाइन ऑफ सेल्स विल बी देयर, तो एक लाइन ऑफ सेल्स ये रही, दूसरी लाइन ऑफ सेल्स ये रही, ठीक है ना। तो जो इनर लाइनिंग है ब्लड कैपिलरी की, दैट इज नोन एज द एंडोथीलियम। ओके, इसका मतलब कि ये जो एल्वियोलाई है ये वन सेल थिक है, जो कि जिसका नाम है स्क्वेमस एपिथेलियम। जो आपकी ब्लड कैपिलरी है, दिस इज this is also one cell thick, okay, and the thickness of the cell or the layer of the cell is known as what? It is known as endothelium. Now between the blood capillary and ये जो blood capillary इसके बीच में और alveoli के बीच में you can see a yellow fluid, आपके आपको बुक में दिख रहा होगा, there is a yellow fluid and this yellow fluid is known as the basement substance. इसे क्या कहते हैं? This one is known as the basement substance, okay, which attaches the alveoli to the blood capillary. Okay, and this is how the alveoli cavity is enveloped by the one cell thickness of squamous epithelium as well as the blood capillary. Moving to the next diagram. बेटे इस डायग्राम में इफ यू आर अनेबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग इन दिस डायग्राम, कैन आई वुड यू लाइक मी टू एक्सप्लेन इट वंस अगेन? इसमें कोई अगर हाँ बोलो, यस बेटा बोलो।
Then what is the function of basement substance?
Basement substance just provide a cementing substance between the alveoli and the endothelium of red blood cell. मतलब जो जो आपकी जो ब्लड कैपिलरी है वो हवा में तो नहीं रहेगी ना, वो भी तो एल्वुलाई से अटैच है। तो जस्ट आप में बोल सकते हो कि ये एक सीमेंटिंग मेम्ब्रेन है। बेसमेंट सब्सटेंस जो है दिस इज ओनली a cementing material between the blood capillary and between the alveoli, and this is the place from which the exchange of gases take place. alveoli में से जो CO2 बाहर आ रहा है, जो ऑक्सीजन बाहर आ रहा है, वो ब्लड कैपिलरी में डिफ्यूज होगा ना, तो वो किसके थ्रू आएगा? इट विल कम अलोंग द बेसमेंट सब्सटेंस। ठीक है बेटा?
Okay, ma'am.
Now यहाँ पे आपको दिख here this diagram shows you how the diffusion of oxygen and CO2 takes place. The red arrow, yes, बोलो।
मैम हमारी अभी मैथ की क्लास है।
अच्छा हाँ 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 ठीक, ओके ओके ओके, तो ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, दिस डायग्राम आई विल टेक इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास। ओके, आई नो क्लास का भी टाइम हो गया है, सो कोई बात नहीं, विल सी दिस डायग्राम इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास, राइट? So just give your attendance.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.